everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys have been well. So I did want to first start off by mentioning this is going to be a video on how to do long-lasting makeup for somebody who has oily skin, such as myself. I have pretty bad oily skin, and I've been kind of messing around with different techniques to kind of see what is going to last on my skin, especially now that I've started another job. So if you would like to find out how to get long-lasting makeup, go ahead and keep on watching. Now that my hair is kind of pinned back out of the way for right now, don't mind the fact that my face is all red also, because I just got a facial, or I should say I just did a facial myself because my skin was looking pretty gnarly and needed to be detoxified. I have mentioned this technique before where I do powder first instead of primers and liquids and all that stuff. So this is going to be that technique, but I'm actually going to be demonstrating it to you guys and showing it to you so that way you know how to get it and make your makeup last a little bit longer. Kind of like I said, I tweaked it a little bit more so that way it's actually working for my skin, but if you have like really oily skin like I do, then this should work for you. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and take my Makeup Forever translucent powder. So this is their micro finish powder. This is meant for a HD, like high definition powder, so it shows up really well on camera, but even in real life, like your skin looks super smooth and it doesn't look cakey at all. So when you open it up, it does look like this. It has like a little like screen right here that like when you put your brush in it, it just comes out a little bit on the brush, so it's not like flying all over the place in your face. When your oil starts to come up through the surface, this is where it's gonna go through first, is through all the powders instead of on top of your skin right away. You don't want to like put it all over your skin either, because you're just gonna be like drying out your skin. Mostly you mainly want to like focus this in the areas where you tend to get oilier. So for me, it is my T-zone, so right in through here. Usually throughout the day when my makeup starts to get super rough and like super oily, I tend to like get a lot of like movage. I'm gonna say movage, but like it tends to start moving around like right in through here, right in through here. Usually on my nose is usually like non-existent, like right in through here, mainly just because I am a nose rubber. I touch my nose a lot throughout the day, so usually it doesn't matter what I do, I'm usually gonna not really have any makeup there by the end of the day anyway. So this does tend to help a little bit more. Whenever I rub my nose, it helps cling to it a little bit more. So if you're a nose rubber, this should help a little bit, but if you rub it a lot, then it's still gonna rub off. But in the way of oils, it will stay put if you don't touch your face. I'm gonna take two different primers. I'm gonna be taking these two today. I'm gonna go ahead and take my Benefit Professional to really focus in those areas where my pores are a little bit bigger. I'm not going to take a lot, I'm going to take like that much, and I'm mainly just going to be putting this in the areas where my pores are a lot bigger. You can put it all over, but I mean, I'm really going to focus it like right in through here. It is meant to be pushed into those areas where you have really problematic pores. You push it into them to where it helps fill them in and make them non-existent. This is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Mattifying Skin Equalizer. I'm not taking very much of this either, I'm just taking like that much. Primers, you don't need very much, so if you're using more than that, then you're using too much product on your face. I'm just putting this in my T-zone. I'm just lightly going over it. So when you take too much product, that is when things can start to look kind of cakey. So now that that is all done, so this acts as the first layer of base for the oils to kind of absorb into. So since you have powder underneath there, it's going to absorb into the powder first and then go through your primers. And now I'm going to go over again with another application of the powder. That way it has two layers of powder to go through before it gets to your base of your foundation. So you can totally take like a full coverage foundation if you would like to. Most days I don't like to wear really like high coverage foundation. That's just me. If you are oily, whatever foundation you take, you definitely want it to be oil free, because if you're oily you want it to last a lot longer and not start moving right away. That would defeat the whole purpose of what you just put all over your face, the powders and primers and all that. So I did want to mention I am going to be doing a review on this foundation, so I'm not going to go into too many details, but this is the foundation that I am using. It is oil free, just so that way you kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about, or really just which one I'm wearing, honestly. But I am going to be doing a review on this, so just look out for that. But this is all the information on it. It is $36. It is 14-hour wear, photo friendly, and it is also cruelty free and vegan. But just be on the lookout for the video. I am going to be doing a review on this product because it is super nice. So I'm going to apply my concealer. This is just the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. So I'm going to take more of that HD powder just to set my concealer and really set my T-zone a little bit more, just to create another barrier on top of all the layers of powder that we did. And then I'm also going to be going in with my Coty Airspun powder to really just bake my face and overall set everything. So I'm not really going to show you too much of what I'm doing to my eyes. I'm just going to go ahead and come back and you'll see me with my eyes done. But I will say the Lorac eyeshadow primer is really nice for oily eyelids, and my eyeshadow stays on for a pretty long time when I use this. So whenever you do your eyeshadow, go ahead and use an eyeshadow primer, really just whatever works best for you, and then I would set it with a eyeshadow powder. The next thing I'm going to do, now that my eyes and my eyebrows are done, I always like to do this before I put on any like bronzer, blush, highlight, anything like that. I'm going to go ahead and take my Urban Decay De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray. You always want to make sure, especially if you have oily skin, it is a oil-free, oil control setting spray. So that way it keeps your makeup in place all day. Now this will really help the makeup, the powders and everything set into your skin, so that way it's not all looking super powdery on top of your skin because of all the powders we put on. So you can already see that it's not as powdery and it is more settled into my skin. I am going to end up going back over this again with this after I put the rest of the makeup on. I hope you guys found this makeup tutorial useful, educational, and you learned something from it, so that way if you have oily skin, you know how to kind of make your makeup long lasting and get the most out of it that you can throughout the day. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up as well, letting me know that you guys like these type of videos, and go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. It makes my day, and it's completely free. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.